Hello everyone. So today we are going to look at the urbanization, the challenges to urbanization and the policy responses or various policies which were about to solve the problems in urban areas. Before starting, let us look at let us look about urbanization in a detailed manner, or we will understand the urbanization. Child offers a listing of 10 characteristics of an urban civilization, which can be separated into 5 primary and 5 secondary characteristics. So, primary characteristics refer to primary changes in the society, and secondary features indicates the presence of primary factors. So, actually, they are that the particular person has given 10 characteristics of an urban civilization, which should be there. Now, let us look at few of the example of primary factors. The primary factors like size and density of population, then specialization of labor. Now, primary factor is essential because if population density is more, if population size is more, then definitely more and more people are there in the cities. This implies that more developmental activities should be undertaken, that the demand for goods is high and more resources are to be used. Second is specialization of labor. Specialization of labor means that when specialization of labor is, industrialization is also there. All right, so it also indicates that better educational facilities are there. Now secondary factors are like monumental public works. Now this monumental public works tells us about like how important a city is. All right, then long distance trade. Now this long distance trade indicates that the trade and commerce is widely developed in the area and expansion of trade is taking place. Now these primary and secondary factors, when they are present, it indicates that urbanization is there. So these are essential features of an urbanization. Now, let us look at the key challenges to urbanization. World Bank conducted a study and they came up with 4 key challenges to the urbanization in India. So, what are the 4 key challenges which are affecting the growth in the Indian or which are affecting the policies in order to, so why policies are failing in order to solve the problems of urbanization? The 4 key problems or 4 deficits are founded, which one was empowerment deficit, resource deficit, accountability deficit, and delivery deficit. The empowerment deficit, so in this, the problems were limited overlapping and fragmented functional responsibilities of various departments, because at the local level there are separate departments for separate works. Now because of that, sometimes the work is overlapped because 2 or more departments are engaged in similar kind of work, and the work is also limited, which limits their responsibility, and that's why accountability becomes an issue. So because of that, there is lack of accountability or unclear accountability. For instance, you can take water supply. Now, in some regions, municipality supplies water. In some areas, the water board supplies water. But person does not know who is actually the department which is supplying the water. So there are limited overlapping and fragmented functional responsibilities which are leading to unclear accountability and which are affecting the growth and effective policy implementation. Second is resource deficit. Resource deficit means that the local level the governance institution are lacking the adequate resources. This is because of limited revenue generation power of the local bodies, because they have very little taxation power. Second is limited fund transfer by the government. Now, the 14th and the 15th Finance Commission has stated, have given that how much finances should be given to the local level, but it is limited, and sometimes delayed payments are both made by the government as well as the people, because we usually sometimes if people delay the payment of water bill and electricity bill or any other taxes, it severely affects the financial resources, which in turn hampers the developmental work in that particular region. Third is accountability deficit. Now, accountability deficit in the sense that we have elections, we usually we have the promises as well. The political leaders promise certain things that they will do this, they will do that, but we often see that it doesn't take place. Then we also have the right to information. Then we have different transparency structures, various constitutional bodies, the roles and the mandates, but it is unclear because RTI is there, transparency structures are there, but still we see that people works that the work is not completed on time, corruption is still there. So this is also a major problem at the local level. Then you have delivery deficit. Delivery deficit means insufficient provision and maintenance of municipal services and networks, ineffective grievance redressal mechanism, which affects the quality of the service which is provided. Because we often see that despite the Swachh Bharat mission and various funds being earmarked, what is happening that the cities are still not clean. Garbage disposal is a major problem because the municipal services, like the municipal vehicles which are used to collect garbage from door to door, doesn't arrive on time, and this is because of the improper maintenance. Second is ineffective grievance redressal mechanism because of empowerment deficit, unclear accountability, and the resource deficit. Like resource deficit can also be in terms of lack of manpower. It affects the quality of grievance redressal, as well as it leads to delay in redressal of grievance. So these are the 4 key challenges to urbanization in India. Now let us look at few policies like Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation. Now this policy is known as AMRUT. The policy aims to provide certain facilities in urban areas which can solve the problems in urban areas which we have already covered. So it aims to solve the problems like problem of water supply, sewerage and septage management, and the problem in urban transport. So the policy aims to provide these facilities which will ensure effective water supply, effective sewerage and septage management by setting up of sewerage treatment plant, and urban transport. So it also aims to develop greenery in the urban areas, then well-maintained open spaces, reducing pollution in the cities by promoting the use of public transports, then setting up of infrastructure for storm water drains. Because in many metro cities as well as in many tier 2, tier 3 cities, when rains come, when monsoon season is there, we often see that the roads are flooded with water. So this creates a lot of damage both to the government and private property. So by setting up of infrastructure for storm water drains, this problem will be solved. Then creating parking spaces so that the vehicles are not parked on the main roads or near the highways, because it often leads to accidents. And creating or establishing recreational recreational centers. All right, so this is also the aim. Thus, this AMRUT mission adopts a project-based approach to ensure that basic infrastructure services are available in the urban areas. So, just look at the services which are being provided under AMRUT, which is water supply, sewerage and septage management, and urban transport. The second policy is Pradhan Mantri Aawas Yojana. Now there are 2 policies, one is for rural and second is for urban. We are dealing with Pradhan Mantri Aawas Yojana, housing for all, urban component. Now the aim is to ensure that by 2022 every person has a house. This policy is led by Ministry of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation. This is the ministry at central level. The aim of the policy is to address the problem of housing in the urban area, because we have seen in the previous video that the housing is a major problem. Because of costly houses, because of high rent, people are forced, because they have no option, and so they live in slum, which creates many problems for cities. So this policy will solve the problem of housing and will provide affordable housing to everyone in the urban areas. This will ultimately solve the problem of housing and will lead to no new slums coming up. Under this, 4 components are there. One is rehabilitation of slum dwellers, because they will get houses for free or at certain cost. Second is credit link subsidy, where certain component of subsidy against a loan is provided when a house is purchased, which is under Pradhan Mantri Aawas Yojana scheme. Third is providing affordable housing through public or private partnership under PPP mode. Fourth is subsidy for beneficiary-led individual house construction or enhancement. In some cases, individuals are provided subsidies for constructing their houses, or sometimes they are allotted a piece of land, and then if they take a loan for construction of house there, they get a credit link subsidy, etc. So these are 4 components through which the government is aiming to ensure that everyone has house by 2022 in urban areas, and this will in turn lead to reduction in the number of slums. Then comes Smart Cities Mission. Now this mission, number of questions were asked regarding this. So it is an initiative of Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. The aim is to drive economic growth in urban areas and to improve the quality of life of the people, of those who are living in urban areas. Now, how it can be ensured? This can be ensured by enabling local development and harnessing technology. The objective is to promote cities that provide core infrastructure services and give a decent quality of life to the citizens, a clean and sustainable environment with smart solutions. Thus, the creation of sustainable and inclusive societies. So, creating a sustainable society which is environmental friendly, which is clean, which is providing all the required facilities, and which is inclusive. The focused area under the smart city missions are focusing on mobility and energy efficiency. Mobility means transportation, then electricity, clean electricity, information communication technology, ICT tools, water supply, clean water supply, then sanitation, which is about sewage treatment plant, then Swachh Bharat missions, and then in solid waste management. So these are few components and this major component of smart city mission. This under the SCM, the smart city mission aims to make cities smart, and we call it smart city mission because it is integrating technology as a mean. So it is harnessing the technology in solving modern urban problems. We will look at one practice question, which is which of the following statement is correct regarding AMRUT scheme, which is Atal Mission for Rejuvenation. Now, AMRUT and Smart City Mission are interlinked, and AMRUT will lay the foundation for smart cities to grow and develop. Now, before answering this, just go back and just look at the AMRUT and smart city mission and just look at the components. If you will see that the components of AMRUT and missions are almost same, because both of them are focusing on ensuring that basic services are available in urban areas like water supply and sustainable cities, mobility, etc. So here both the options are right. So the correct will be option C. Thank you.